Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I don't know about you, but sometimes cleaning the kitchen feels like the never-ending job. Dishes are piling up, crumbs gather on the counters and on the floor constantly, and before you know it, you're back at square one. But today I want to share something that's really shifted my perspective on cleaning. So, okay, what if I told you that cleaning, something that we all do every day, could actually be an act of worship? In this video, I'm going to share how I've come to see cleaning not just as a chore, but as a way to honor God. Whether, you're wiping down the counters, washing the dishes for the 5th time that day, or folding laundry, each task can be a small act of service and worship if we shift our mindset. And if you've ever felt like these little tasks don't matter much, stay with me. I think you might see them in a new light by the end of this video. Okay, so let's dive into why cleaning matters, not just practically speaking, but also spiritually. So in Proverbs 31, we read about the woman who looks well to the ways of her household. It's not just about keeping things neat and tidy, it's about managing what God has entrusted us with and creating a space, essentially, for our families to thrive. Now, I used to think of cleaning as this endless and thankless task, but I've come to see it quite differently. In Genesis chapter 2, verse 15, God gave Adam the job to work and keep the garden. That means, what that's telling me here is that from the very beginning, work was part of his perfect design for us. And that includes caring for our homes. So, whether you're at work outside the home or doing housework, it all matters, every bit of it, all the little things. And Jesus himself demonstrated this when he washed his disciples' feet. It was this simple task, but it was an act of love and humility and service. And the way I look at it, if Jesus could serve others in such everyday ways, surely we can find value in the work we do at home. All right, so here's another thought that has really helped me. Cleaning is actually an act of stewardship. So the way I think about it, God has entrusted us with so much. Think about it, our homes, our families, and the resources he's provided. He's entrusted us with a lot. And when we take time to clean and care for these things, we're honoring him. In 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 31, we're reminded that whether you eat or drink or whatever you do it all for the glory of God. That means, yes, even cleaning. It's about showing gratitude for the blessings he's given us and being faithful with what we've been entrusted with. So when I'm cleaning, I try to remember that I'm taking care of something God has given me. This home, these things, they're not mine. They belong to God. And by keeping them tidy and keeping them organized and keeping them clean, I'm being a good steward of his gifts. All right, another big part of cleaning is that it's a way we serve our families, right? I know that for many of us, a lot of the cleaning and the homemaking work falls on us as wives and mothers. But instead of seeing it as a burden, and trust me, I've spent years looking at it as such a burden, and I'm sorry to say that now, but if I'm being fully transparent, I have. And now I've learned to see it as a beautiful opportunity to serve my loved ones and to honor God at the same time. In Colossians chapter 3, verse 23, we're told that whatever you do, work heartily as for the Lord and not for men. So now, whether it's cleaning dishes or putting toys away, when I do these tasks from a heart posture of service, I'm doing it for God and not just for my family. And in doing so, I'm loving my family in the way that he's called me to. So one thing that's really helped me is turning cleaning into a time of reflection and prayer. And I'm not always in the mood, to scrub the floors or clean the toilets. But when I view it as more than just a chore, it becomes a moment to connect with God, which I absolutely love. And I find that when I'm cleaning now, I can pray for my family. I can reflect on things that are on my heart, or just simply thank God for the peace of my home. I think that's something that we should never take for granted. So many of us, where we live in this part of the world, we are so fortunate to even have a home to clean. So just being grateful for that alone, it's an important opportunity to thank God for our homes and the peace of our homes. And I've even found that it's a good time to pray for strength and patience, or just guidance in areas where I feel that I need it most at that time. Another thing that, I sometimes like to do is listen to worship music or a podcast while I clean. It helps me keep my focus on God and turn this time into something meaningful. So it's this chance to, invite His presence into my home, even while I'm scrubbing dishes. And I have to say, I think that God meets me the most when I'm at my kitchen sink scrubbing dishes. Another thing to mention here is that something I've learned, cleaning isn't just about tidying up the physical space. It's about the state of our hearts too. We read in Matthew chapter 23, verse 26, where Jesus says, "First clean the inside of the cup and the dish, and then the outside also will be clean." So this is a reminder that as we take care of the physical space, we also need to take care for our hearts. So when I clean, I try to remember that God cares about my heart as much as He cares about my home. And taking care of my space is a reflection of how I take care of the inside, so my spirit, my thoughts, my attitudes, so that when I clean, I try to check in with myself too. Is my heart cluttered with stress or frustration? Or am I approaching this task truly with joy and with gratitude? So next time you're cleaning, I want to encourage you to see it as more than just a chore. It's, an act of worship, a way to serve your family, and a beautiful opportunity to reflect on how God is at work in your life. Whether you're washing the dishes or folding the laundry, spending time organizing the pantry, every little thing can be a way to honor Him. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I hope that this video has helped you to see the everyday tasks in a bit of a new light. And if you have found this video encouraging, I'd love for you to share it with a friend or leave a comment below on how you see cleaning as an act of worship. And don't forget to subscribe for more content on simple living and faith and biblical womanhood. Until next time, take care and God bless.